Whoa, now, rise and grind and go get it. I'm your host, Mike Man, representing MBMG all day, every day. Back with another episode of Rapper Weed TV. You know how we does it. Family, if you got them, because of the backwoods burning. Go ahead, punch that subscribe button when it's out. Let it out circle for me because of COVID. I'm not passing. I need 12 feet, 6 feet COVID, 6 feet, and an ass blunt. You tap that notification button, you got a circle. Hey, man. I'm back with another episode, and it appears the hiatus, the vacation, or the, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I guess vacation is over, as Rory and Mal have returned to the Joe Budden podcast alongside their co-star Joe Budden. A lot of people were speculating the reason why they were not on the show was because of, I don't know, I guess the ego of Joe Budden. If you put it in a nutshell, call a spade, that's what you break it down to. A lot of people felt he was kind of diva-ish. A lot of people, me personally, I fuck with the show. I watch the show religiously. Like a few other blogs that I follow religiously. But, you know, Joe Budden, you kind of, the Joe Budden podcast, you kind of, you know, it's something you can relate to because it seemed like three good friends who were really enjoying being around each other, just talking about everyday shit. The way they turned it into a lucrative, you know, market for themselves and a brand. I mean, kudos to them for that. And you being able to do this type of shit with your homie. But, you know, it was over the last month, as they stated, you know, seemed like there was some tension on the show. Rory verbally openly challenging Joe Budden to fight in an episode. And I don't know. Me personally, I was thinking, yeah, he was meaning that shit. Because like I say, I follow the show. I watched almost every episode these last 2 years, especially. Now, the first years when they were on Spotify, I checked it out every now and then. But this past year, since Patreon did, since they left Spotify, you know, and all this, I've been tapped into them. So, because, you know, my podcast is on Spotify, and with them being one of the number one podcasts at the time, I believe, on Spotify, hottest thing smelling, you know, I was, you know, tapping in, so to speak, and getting pointers on how to do the podcasting thing. But on to Rory and Mal. I mean, it seems, and like they say, they had some tension. And I don't know if it was the ego of Joe Budden or it was just something in general that Rory was pissed off with Joe about. Or, I don't know. But it's seeming like, I guess, who is the other one? Savan and Erickson and I don't know the other guys that's in the room most of the time when they're doing the episodes. But I know Parks is in there. And they had a conversation in the backyard, I guess, where they shoot the video. Where they tape the show, rather. Words exchange, and Mal said fuck it, dipped. Joe Budden apparently didn't want, I guess when the tension was kind of heating up, or it seemed like it was getting too thick, I guess Joe wanted Rory to take a few days off or some shit. And when he asked Rory to take the days off, Mal wasn't feeling it. So Mal, I guess, being the true friend that he was trying to be, didn't want to do the show without without Rory. So, and I guess in true Joe Budden fashion, he wanted to keep the show rolling, but just wanted them to wanted Rory in particular to take a few days off. My guess was to probably audition one of the other guys, Savon or Erickson or whoever else that is in the building when they were taping, to give them a shot, because I don't know, as Mal puts it, one of those cats was a snake, basically. They'll dap you up, smile in your face, but they talking about you behind your back and praying for your downfall, that type of snake. But they haven't stated which one it was. I think they probably have. I'm just going in off because, I'm jumping on the content, trying to be forward thinking, because, this is a big story. Everybody was wondering where Rory and Mal were, and shit, now they're back on the show. And, today's episode, they giving up all the damn juice, the tea, the sauce, everything, as to how shit transpired. Me personally, since Rory and Mal have been gone off the show, I haven't watched. I think I watched the Kevin Samuels interview and one other interview. I think the first 2 episodes after Rory and Mal weren't on, and I didn't even go through the whole episode. But shit wasn't the same since Rory and Mal wasn't there, and it's apparent as you saw the numbers kind of take a dip. People steady questioning Rory and Mal as to what's going on, but they didn't let up and give no info or insight as to what it was. People speculated what it might have been. Everybody was just saying Joe Budden's ego, this and that, but I guess it was some snake ass activity from the background. In the background, and probably was in Joe's ear, and probably made them, that's what kind of influenced the situation. Probably, I don't know, I'm just speculating. But Rory and Mal back on the Joe Budden podcast. Glad to see them back. It seems like they kind of mended the problems or the issues. It seems like some tension is still there, but they're saying they're best of friends, or real good friends, close friends. So if you real good and close friends with somebody, you will try to make that shit work. And it seems like they're putting a step forward in that direction of trying to rectify the shit and get it back to where it used to be, or move forward, taking better steps and vocalizing problems and issues up front and outwardly, like when they arise and all that type of shit. But like I say, Rory and Mal back on the show. Rory sitting in the middle this time. Joe Budden and Rory see Miles in his normal spot. I don't know. It seems like they're gonna change the episodes up going forward. I think personally the guys wanted more equity and shit as far as decisions of probably the content they talk about or leading the show, because as you see, Joe Budden runs the computer, he's the head of everything. His name is on the show, but I think where they feel that as the platform has gotten to a market where they can all capitalize and brand off of this shit, I think business-wise, they're just trying to make sure they're straight as far as equity in the Joe Budden podcast. So, it remains to be seen on how many more episodes they're going to be on, or if they're going to be taking breaks every now and then, or Sivan and Erickson and the other guys in the background are going to step forward and address the situation or tweet or whatever. But Rory and Mal back on Joe Budden podcast, and it's a good sight. Like I said, I follow the Joe Budden podcast, and I'm trying to get on that level. So, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Go ahead and punch that subscribe button when it's loud, lit circle for me. Because of COVID, we can't pass. We need 12 feet, 6 for the COVID, 6 for your pen ass button. You tap that notification button. We got a circle, hey man. RORY and MAL back on Joe Budden, man. Glad to see y'all, man. Kudos to them boys for doing what they do. Hope they can continue it and move forward the best way they know how. But hey, y'all stay safe, stay dangerous, stay tuned, stay the fuck out the way, stay sanitized. And yeah, we'll be back with another episode. I am Mike Man, representing MBMG all day, every day. Yeah.